Not only, wow, this is really interesting. Not only is Florida getting a new head coach, guys, they are getting a new general manager. Woo! What do you think about that? That's definitely eye-opening if you gotta ask me, because it's telling me that Florida, they're trying to change everything. And I don't blame them, because they stink. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you having a great weekend. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, good googly moogly. I think it's more than safe to say this, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind. This has been the craziest weekend in college football in the history of this channel, and even dating back before I had the channel. Ever since I've been keeping up with this sport, I've never seen anything like it. From all the crazy games, you got all the chaos going on with the playoff. There's going to be a lot of good teams left out, and now you got this coaching carousel going on with Auburn. They just hired their head coach. We already talked about that on the channel. Shout out to, what's his name, Golish. He's leaving USF. He's going to the Auburn Tigers. And then you got the, don't even get me started on it, the Lane Train, the Kiffinator, leaving Ole Miss and going to the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers. Shout out to Ed Ogeron. We're not going to get into that too much. We've talked plenty about it, and we're going to talk more about it in the days to come, so be on the lookout for that. But now here we are. We got to talk about the other big time and breaking news, that the Florida Gators, the sorry and sucky Florida Gators, have found their new head coach. Clap it up. Clap it up. It's about dang time. Am I right? It's about dang time. And who would have thought these words would ever come out of my mouth? I'm actually pretty happy that these schools like Auburn, Florida, and LSU are finding their new head coach, just so things can settle down and simmer down a little bit, because it's been beyond hectic, to say the least. And you would think a channel like us, we like hectic, because that equates to more content, and it's a win-win. We get stuff to talk about on the channel, and you guys, you get content to want, but it's just been way too much. It's been overwhelming. You got so much going on, you can't even cover it all, and you don't even know what to believe, what to make out of it. But now, with 3 schools in the SEC, LSU, Auburn, and Florida announcing their new head coaches, the only one we got to worry about now, I guess, is, Arkansas is not a big one, but that'd be Ole Miss and what they're going to do, and who knows what's going to go on there. If you are new to our channel and you like college football or videos like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. We are on the push for 400,000 subscribers, and we can't get there without your help. Goes out being said, we got an outstanding community over here. Shout out to everybody that's a part of it, and we'd love for you to be a part of it as well. But let's lock in and let's get down to business and talk about the nit and gritty. Jon Sumrall, let me find this. Thought I had it saved. The official report. Hold on. All right, got it right here. This is from ESPN. Breaking. Florida is finalizing a 6-year deal to make Tulane's Jon Sumrall the head coach at an average of nearly 7.5. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Get you some of that. 7.5 million doubloons. That's a lot of cheddar per year. The deal has significant incentives tied to the college football playoff. Ooh. Hey, I'm about to be like, who was that? Was it Jim Mora from the Colts? Playoffs? Playoffs? We talking about playoffs? I just hope Florida can win a game. Golly. I can't even believe we're mentioning the word playoff in Florida in the same sentence. Heck, I just hope you can make it to a bowl game first. I digress. Don't get me started on that. Continuing along, Sumrall is forward to an 11-4 season as a head coach. Get breaking news. I ain't reading all that. I ain't reading all that. Shout out to Pete Thamma, though, one of our reliable sources on the channel. Let's see. Here we go. This is from Pete Nakos. Oh, yeah, that's my guy right here. Florida's finalizing a deal with former Jacksonville Jaguar. Oh, wait, what? Oh, this ain't even Pete Nakos. I mean, what's his name? Jon Sumrall. No. Wait, what is this? Hold on. General manager David Caldwell to be the Gators' next general manager? So, okay, so not only, wow, this is really interesting. Not only is Florida getting a new head coach, guys, they are getting a new general manager. Woo! What do you think about that? That's definitely eye-opening if you got to ask me, because it's telling me that Florida, they're trying to change everything. And I don't blame them, because they stink. We talked a little bit about this heading into the games this weekend. I'm sure some of you may or may not remember that. If not, I will remind you, I'll enlighten you a little bit. I was talking about how Jon Sumrall, he told Auburn no. Everybody thought he was going to go to Auburn, and they were in talks, but he just straight up told them, you know what? Nah, not interested. And the main reason for that is because Florida, who did they have their target set on? The Kiffinator, Lane Kiffin. Then Kiffin told Florida no, so they were like, well, let's go after Jon Sumrall. And why all this is just, don't even give me a second. It's just chaotic, to say the least, is because Sumrall was really intrigued by Auburn. He's like, you know what, I'm going to go there. And there's some history there. For those who don't know, Sumrall is from Alabama. He coached Troy to 2 Sun Belt championships. There's some track history there, and it'd make a lot of sense to go to Auburn. I thought it'd be a good fit for both parties. However, Florida reached out to Sumrall, and they're like, hey, we kind of, can't get Kiffin, so you interested? He said, heck to yeah. He picked up the phone. He called the Auburn Tigers. He was like, hey, what's going on, John? He said, yeah, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Not interested anymore. Hung up the phone. And they're like, well, crap. And here we are. We got the Florida Gators going after Sumrall. And just like that, bada bing, bada boom, he's the new head coach, or he's about to be. Now, do I, Matt B. Great, think this is a good hire since we're talking about all this? What would I grade this on a scale of 1 to 10? I gave Golish, the new head coach of Auburn, a 9 out of 10. I think it's a dang near match made in heaven, perfect fit, because Golish has had a ton of success against Alabama, and that's Auburn's one of their, they got a ton of problems over there in Jordan Hare. But one of their main problems is they can't even beat Alabama. They're trying to fix that. As far as it goes for old Sumrall, I'm not as high on him in Florida as I was with Golish, but I'd give it a... I struggle saying anything above a 6, because I don't want to say I don't believe in him. It's more so if I haven't seen anything out of him that screams out, oh yeah, I'm going to have SEC success. There's a big difference, and Florida fans, you know this, from competing in the group of 5. Hey, Brian Harsin, he did A-okay there. Or not Brian Harsin. See, we're getting... dude, we're talking about so many teams and coaches, I'm getting all of it confused. What is his name? Oh, yeah, Billy Napier. Billy Napier, he was good before he got to Florida. Got to Florida, and he found out quickly he's not SEC material. I told you from day one, Billy Napier, not going to cut it out in the SEC. And guess what? He didn't. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I think he'll be all right. I don't look at him and go, oh, yeah, he's going to be competing with the Georgias of the world. You're going to be consistently beating Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, competing for an SEC championship and competing for a playoff spot every single year. Don't see it happening. Florida, they're a crap show. It's going to take bare minimum 2 years to turn around this ship. Granted, he's been good at Troy. He's been good at Tulane. But it's a different beast when you get into the SEC. A different beast. The good news is Florida's not a top 20, not a top 15 job, but they are easily a top 10 job. Some would argue and say top 5 or maybe even top 3. I'm not opposed to that. Look at Florida. That is where all your talent is. A majority of it in the United States. 4- and 5-star recruit galore. You don't even got to go out of the state to fill your team. They're in your backyard. So you don't even got to be a wizard when it comes to recruiting. You could literally be a doofus. You could be terrible with your words. You could be a terrible salesman, because that's all being a head coach is. When you're recruiting, you're pitching to these recruits, and you're still going to have a good roster. At Florida, even Napier had a good roster. But let's be honest, why has Florida struggled this year, the previous years? Because of one thing and one thing only, the X's and O's. Execution. Let me ask you a question. Does USF have a better roster than Florida? No, the kids that couldn't go to Florida went to USF. That's how it is. It's not disrespect, it's just reality. Florida has got to be better when it comes to execution. They've also been an undisciplined football team, and that roots from their head coach. I never got the sense of vibes that team feared or respected Billy Napier. I think they liked him because he was a good guy, but you have to fear and respect your head coach. If you don't, it's not going to be a recipe for success. Fortunately enough, Sumrall does strike me a little bit more as that, I don't know if this is a good wordage, but a hard-nosed head coach who the players are going to fear and respect, and they are going to give 110% effort for. I thought there was multiple times every year where this Florida football team under Napier, it just looked like they gave up halfway through the game. And the reasoning for that is because there were 0 consequences. The standard at Florida when it comes to the head coach, just the way he runs things, it's got to change. Let me go back to this, though, because I don't even think I gave him a grade, did I? I just said if I was grading this higher, it can't be higher than a 6. I give it a 5 out of 10, but that's the best I can do for you. It's just so hard to even predict how I think this is going to go because he hasn't coached in the SEC. It's a little bit easier to predict how you think Lane Kiffin's going to do at LSU because he's proven himself at Ole Miss. He's just making a, lateral move at that point. And granted, LSU's a better job, but you get my point. Ole Miss, not even just a Power 4 school, but they're in the SEC, and you're going from an SEC school to an SEC school. Sumrall over here is going from the group of 5 to the SEC. It's a different ballgame. But I give him the benefit of the doubt. Florida fans, not trying to burst your bubble. I know you may be happy about this, but I'm just going to say decent hire. It could have been worse. And of all the candidates out there, this was probably the best one available. Many more things I could say. We're going to end it off here. I know I still got to make the Week 14 recap. I haven't forgot. We've just been swamped on the channel. Hope you guys understand. Let me know your thoughts down below. But